The chart that we're looking at reinforces the importance of testing your soil and raising the pH level. In this scenario here, when you spread fertilizer on your plot and you have an extremely acidic pH, for example, a 4.5 pH, the fertilizer wasted is over 71% of that fertilizer that you have spread on your plot is wasted. The plants cannot utilize it. On the same token, as we raise the pH, for example, up to a 6.0, 20% or 19.67% of the fertilizer is being wasted, but 80% approximately is being utilized by the plant. As you can see, when we get to a neutral pH of a 7.0, everything clicks. 100% of the fertilizer you spread on that field is going to be utilized by the plants. One of the most important segments of putting in a food plot is checking your soil's pH and applying the proper amount of lime. The pH is the environment that the plant has to live in. Lime and fertilizer do two totally different things. Fertilizer is plant food, and lime corrects the pH. And what we're shooting for in a pH is to get your pH up around a 7.0. That's when everything clicks. That's the environment that these food plots really thrive in. You're going to produce more tonnage of forage, you're going to produce higher protein forage, and you're going to get plants that last a whole lot longer. Lime can be purchased and applied in a number of different ways. Probably the most inexpensive method, one of the most inexpensive methods, is simple barn lime. You can see it's real powdery. It does not spread very easily, but if you've got small areas and you want to spread it by hand, perhaps that's a method to go about doing that. One of the things about this particular lime is it does take quite a while to break down and raise the pH in the soil. So if you do some planting and say that you want to plant a plot next spring, the best time to use this lime would be apply it the previous fall. If you're like a lot of us and you don't plan, this might be the route to go, a pelletized lime. This breaks down a whole lot faster in the soil. It's pelletized, it spreads out of a spreader very easily, and so on. Very easy method. On the other hand, if you're in an agricultural area, you may be able to get lime bulk spread. Perhaps if you're spreading a larger plot and the applicator can get a dump truck in there, that will be the most inexpensive method to get bulk lime spread. Irregardless of what method you use, what type of lime you use, make sure you check your pH and apply the proper amount of lime. The field that I'm standing in was basically an overgrown, heavily infested weed type field. The weeds were basically as tall as the stuff that's behind me here. And the very first thing we did is we came in and brush hogged the weeds back to about an 8-inch height. And I was hoping that I'd be able to get by with just disking this area. So I came through here one time and hit this with my tractor and disc and really didn't get much of anything accomplished. So what we're going to end up doing in this situation is taking a moldboard plow behind a tractor and turning this old sod and old weeds over in order to get at it with a disc. So we're going to plow it first, and then we'll apply our lime and fertilizer if need be, work that stuff in with a disc, drag it to have a nice firm seed bed, and then we're going to be ready to plant. So stay with us.